Hello, my name's Liam Bastick. I'm from Sun Product, and I want to talk to you today about a cool combination, index match. And guess what? It's another of those 5-minute videos. Now, index match is not one formula, it's actually two, index and match. So let's go through each in turn. We'll start with index, and here's a grid of numbers I put together earlier. This is actually known as an array, not a grid really, because it's got more than one row and more than one column. That's the posh word for a grid. If it's only got one row, then it's actually known as a row vector. And if it's only got one column, it's actually a column vector. So if you want more than one row, more than one column, it's an array. And the reason for this is important is because index has different syntax for vectors and arrays. Start simply. Imagine I'm in this final row here and I wanted to pick the third item. Well, that being column 3. So let's just put that in here. I could just go equals index, open brackets. It wants the reference. Well, it would be this here. And then it wants, in this particular thing, it says row number, but it's really the reference. So I can just put this in here, C10, and it gives me the value 33. I press F2 and move this up to, press enter. It's now picking the third item in this row, which is actually 21. Now, I can put this to an array. So if I go second row, third column, and it reads that way, not like a book, it's going down the page, then across. A bit weird, but that's how it does it here. You go equals index, open brackets, this whole array, comma, second row, comma, third columns. It's like battleships here, and that will be second row, and then third column is going to be the number 9. So second row, and then on here we're going to actually go to the third column. It will be that intersecting value here. You're probably thinking so far, but let's carry on and look at match next. Now match only looks at vectors, not arrays, and the help doesn't help us here. So I've got a list of data here, known in the trade as client data, because it's messy, it's got duplicates, it's not in any order, and it's got errors. Brilliant. But let's say I wanted to return the value -7. I wanted to know where that was in that list, what position. Well, clearly the first one is at position 5, and the second one is in position 12. This one looks up the first exact match if you use match type 0. So you go equals match, find me this value in this vector. Now it says lookup array, but this only works with vectors. So we use a column vector here, and then we'll say, okay, well, we get 3 options. We get 1, 0, and -1. 1, unfortunately, is the default. This means my data is in ascending order. You can have duplicates, so you could have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. And it says find me in this one the largest value less than or equal to what I'm looking for. That's a default. Match type -1 says I've got it in descending order, so 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Find me the smallest value greater than or equal to what I'm looking for. So they're both approximate matches. But 0 says my data's garbage. Find me the first exact match. That's the one I want to use here. So I'll put this in and I'll go bang. You have to specify this value. So E4 here is the 0. So if I change it, this is actually equal to 0. If you don't, it will use match type 1, which if I use match type 1 gives me drivel. So really, if you've heard nothing else in this bit, it's blah, 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 use match type 0. So how does it all come together? Well, I've got some data here. I've got some months of the year, and I've got some sales, and I want to know what month the 1040 occurs in. So I've got my value. So first of all, I'll use match to actually find out which period it's in. So I want to find that in this range. And remember, I need to put 0 at the end for an exact match. And it gives me position 3, which is right. It's the third one. So what's the corresponding month? I just pick up the months and I do this and I go comma and I click on this and that will give me March 19. Brilliant. But you can put this together. So if I take this here and just put it into here like this, so I've just copied it down, I can actually then, for this value here, the match, if I just take all that and copy it, where I've got E13 here, this value, let's just put the formula in. And lo and behold, you've got the index match formula all in one thing. And this is really powerful because this could be on a different sheet, or it could be one's in a row, one's in a column, or in another workbook. This is really cool. Use it. Thanks for watching. More next time. Check out our other material and videos at all of these places.